the Australian Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Honourable Kevin Rudd MP, Monsieur Thierry Mariani, Secrétaire d'État chargé des Transports, the Honourable Bruce Scott MP, representing the Leader of the Opposition, His Excellency Mr David Ritchie, Australian Ambassador to France, and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Monsieur Christian Riguet, representing the Préfet de la Somme, Monsieur Michel Delpeuche, senior officers of the Australian and French Defence Forces, including Lieutenant General Mark Evans, Commander Joint Operations Command, and General Boucher Canon, Gouverneur Militaire de Lille, Officier Général de la Zone de Défense Nord, au nom du Ministère français de la Défense, official representatives of Australian state governments, the Mayor of Villers-Bretonneux, Dr. Patrick Simon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The bugle call that began this service is the call to stand to arms. Dawn is the traditional time to stand to, and at this hour we are symbolically joined with all those men and women who have served our country in war. I am Chris Appleton, Director of the Australian Office of War Graves, and I welcome you to this dawn service on behalf of the Australian Government and on behalf of the local communities who, in the more than 90 years since the end of the First World War, have honoured us by marking Anzac Day across the Western Front. In an interview in 2000, Australian First World War veteran Ted Smout said, "You can't glorify war. War is horrible, and every war is a terrible thing." War is a terrible thing, as anyone who has seen it up close will tell you. We're not here to glorify war. We're here to remember and honour all those men and women who answered their nation's call, and those who continue that tradition of service today. We also remember the families of those who served and the family of those who serve today. And we particularly remember and honour those men and women who served and died here along the Western Front. Our service begins with the mounting of the catafalque party, comprising members of Australia's Federation Guard. now invite Australia's Ambassador to France, His Excellency Mr. David Ritchie, to deliver his welcome and calls to remembrance.
Today we honour the memory of those who gave their lives during war, particularly those who served here on the Western Front 93 years ago. As Australian Ambassador to France, I welcome you to the Australian National Memorial and to this Anzac Day dawn service. Villers-Bretonneux holds a special place in Australia's history and increasingly in the consciousness of Australians. To my fellow countrymen and women who have travelled vast distances to be here today, you honour the memory of those Australians and Allied forces who fell in vast numbers all along the Western Front. Amis français, en tant qu'ambassadeur d'Australie en France, je vous remercie. Vous avez entretenu la flamme de la mémoire, vous avez gardé le souvenir de ces hommes venus de si loin, il y a si longtemps, pour défendre votre pays. En juillet 1938, lors de l'inauguration officielle de ce grand mémorial, Albert Lebrun, président de la République française, avait déclaré « À nouveau, les blés Maurice sur cette terre trempée de leur sang. Les herbes torturées renaissent dans ces prés. Le chemin parcouru entre ces deux rangées de stèles jusqu'au temple qui les surplombe nous émeut jusqu'au plus profond de notre être. » L'émotion du président Lebrun est toujours partagée en France et nous sommes honorés que vous soyez présents aujourd'hui en si grand nombre. Behind you in the Villers-Bretonneux military cemetery lie the graves of more than 2,000 soldiers, 780 of them Australians. On many headstones, you'll find an epitaph provided by the family of a soldier who never came home. Imagine an Australian family sitting together all those years ago, struggling to find words to inscribe on a headstone to honour a son they would never see again. Down that slope is the grave of Philip Ball, who enlisted in 1916, fought as a decorated sergeant in Belgium and France, and died in March 1918, aged 21. His parents inscribed on his headstone, "I fought and died in the Great War to end all wars. Have I died in vain?" It is good that we are here to honour him and the great generation of men and women with whom he served. That you are here today declares that he did not die in vain. We remember Philip Ball. We remember his mates. We remember their families. We remember.
Thank you, Ambassador.